for coming out this frigid morning. The students in room 312 would like to answer a question that I always had. Was Rosa Parks the first person to give up her seat, or not give up her seat on public transportation? As I researched this, I found hundreds of examples of people who did not follow a bad law. So, without further ado, the 312 players would like to present a short skit entitled, Why Rosa? Technical difficulty. Setting is the bus in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. On a fateful day, when Rosa Parks decided to say, no.
Frederick Douglass Street. The stop, Airplane Boulevard. Harrison Avenue.
There's no place for me to sit.
You have to move and let this man sit down.
No.
Get up! If a white passenger gets on the bus, you have to give him your seat. Don't you know the law?
Oh, I know the law, and it's a bad one. My name is Rosa Parks, and in 1955, I refused to give up my seat on a Montgomery, Alabama public bus. This was the beginning of the Montgomery bus boycott, when African Americans refused to ride the buses till these bad laws changed. This was the first act of many to become known as the Civil Rights Movement. That's why I am sometimes called the mother of the Civil Rights Movement. However, I wasn't the first African American to refuse to give up my seat on a public bus. When I did it, however, the time was right.
In 1867, African Americans in New Orleans, Louisiana, protested against segregation in New Orleans streetcars. The cars were temporarily integrated, but that decision was later reversed. The time wasn't right yet.
In 1918, after World War I, African American soldiers returning from fighting for their country in Europe refused to give their seats on public transportation by the hundreds. If you can risk your life for your country, you should be able to sit anywhere you want on a public train or a boat. Most of these protests were forgotten by history. The time wasn't right yet.
In 1942, an African-American soldier refused to move from the whites-only section of a bus in Beaumont, Texas. He was arrested, beaten, and shot by the police. Nothing changed because the time wasn't right yet.
9 months before Rosa Parks in 1955, a 15-year-old girl named Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Rosa Parks said it was Claudette's example that inspired her. Claudette, unfortunately, was too young to be the kind of symbol Rosa Parks became. Almost, but the time still wasn't right yet.
But when I refused to give up my seat, the time was right. I refused to give up my seat because I was tired of obeying a law that was unfair. Laws are for all people, not just some people. Also, in Montgomery, Alabama, there was a 26-year-old preacher at the Dexter Baptist Church who was just the right man to lead the Montgomery bus boycott, and that man was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
A desire to be out front, a desire to lead the parade, a desire to be first. It is something that runs a whole gamut of life. So before we condemn them, let us see that we all have the drum major instinct. We all want to be important, to surpass others.